Hello, welcome to another ramble. I have several topics that I want to touch on, but the current topic that is at the forefront and taking center stage has to do with disappointment. And what do I mean by that? I think you can agree that there's a lot of things that happen in life that disappoint us. Predominantly, I want to say human interactions can be heavily disappointing. The thing is, you have to think that the disappointment is mirroring your expectations. You know, you're expecting something or someone to be a certain way or generate a certain thing for you, and maybe they just can't. This video is kind of in relation to my previous video about people um, being very dissatisfied, right? Isn't dissatisfied almost the same as disappointment? And all it is um, the external world mirroring you, you know? Like you're disappointed with something or someone because you had an expectation. So once you realize that the discord lies with you and the expectation that you generated, you have the choice to shift. You know, you can, and I think shifting comes with shifting your perspective on something. You know what I mean? And seeing it from a different angle, you know? Like understanding that you are the root cause of the issue, and understanding that people aren't here to please you. They're not here to generate what you want. You need to do that, and you need to be okay with that dynamic, I suppose. I was also thinking about, yeah, you know, like seriously, you can't expect people to generate something for you that they obviously cannot. Um, Gosh, I was thinking about also, like, you know, how we've been kind of programmed most recently to always be in the now. I agree with that to a degree, but I feel like referencing past events, you know what I mean? Like, if you always were in the now and you never referenced the past, how could you, like, steer your ship in a way to, towards more, like, successful endeavors? Does that even make sense? What I'm trying to say is, like, if you don't look at the past, how can you remember the mistakes that you made and the things that did not work out, and then apply that information into the current time frame to avoid making similar mistakes that will ultimately cultivate your future? I don't know. Yeah, so like, yeah, it's cool to be here now, but I feel like you should be able to, like, reference the past at will in order to um, make decisions that will best suit the future that you want to create. You know, so like there, I don't know. It's I do know, I don't know, who knows? everyone everyone seems to know everything. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the remedy to a lot of our mental distress lies in being adaptable, flexible, neutral. I think that's the only way someone can really, really like flow through life. If you're not operating from that space, then there will be a lot of tension. And usually, when there's tension, you're not necessarily allowing or accepting yourself to flow. You're actually blocking yourself from the flow. And that's why I tell a lot of people you just need to get out of your own way, and start letting things be. I don't know. I feel like if you have a similar like disposition to me, you have a tendency to question everything to the point where it's exhausting, because you want to understand. You want to understand everything. And not only that, like, I feel like if you have a similar disposition to me, like, I was going to say something and I totally lost it. I wrote some things down just so that I could keep my mind on track. I don't know. I just think it's about simplification and taking a stance of neutrality. Oh, yeah. If you have a similar disposition to me, I feel like since you question everything, you don't necessarily go with what everyone else is going along with, per se. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I've noticed it's like a part of my nature to go in the opposing direction of the masses and to question everything. Like, I don't take things blindly. I question everything. I may not agree with things, but at the same time, I respect another person's point of view. You know what I mean? Like, I don't demonize it, or I don't ostracize someone or something if it has, or it is proceeding in a way that goes against my preference or perspective. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like everybody is absolutely correct based on where they're at and what they're seeing and what they prefer. It doesn't make them wrong. It doesn't make them absolutely right, but it doesn't make them absolutely wrong. And everybody's just a unique expression of life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just look at it that way. You want the remedy to suffering? Get out of your way. Be adaptable. Understand that everything is as it is. And stop trying to change it or control it or manipulate it or how do I say? My nose is so itchy. Why is it itchy? Who knows? Stop trying to extract things from anything, That doesn't make... I don't know if I agree with that completely. Also, like, if you really, really just kind of like sit with yourself and watch life happen around you without interfering, you'll notice that everything just is. It doesn't have to be a certain way. We've been told that it has to be a certain way because they want us to adhere to all these social constructs. But I just feel like we're all just kind of doing our thing. Like this spider here. See that spider? I don't know if you can see that. He's just doing his thing. Just doing his thing. He's not thinking about things. He's not trying to like manipulate things. He's just kind of going along with every moment. And that's the thing. Like, I think human beings have a more complex system because it's a culmination of all the intelligence that we've acquired throughout the different phases of evolution. Like, And we're all at different levels of progression and evolution. And that will ultimately determine like how open-minded you are and how conscious you are and how accepting and understanding you are towards life. You know, it's a culmination of intelligence put into this organic technology, and we're navigating in the world, but we have a tendency to overcomplicate things, and it's really not that difficult. It's very simple if you allow it to be. You know, like I don't know, like I can open a whole can of worms, but I probably shouldn't. Did you learn something from what I'm saying? Who knows? But thanks for watching and have a beautiful day. Amen.